up in the spot, got a chip on my shoulder. Break norms, redefine, I'm a soldier. From the gutter to the peak, no folding plans. Laughed at the doubters, I'm breaking through, no holding hands. Breaking the mold, can't fit in a box. Blast through limits, turning keys in the locks.
Hey, welcome guys to Breaking the Mold podcast, everyone. This is my first episode of this new journey, and I'm pretty happy about it. Today, we're going to be diving into something that's been in my mind for a pretty long time, and this is the growing trend of Dominicans in the United States choosing to live abroad. So let's get into it, because I know that a lot of you guys have been thinking about doing this big move or shifting your life, because I have done so. You know, Dominicans, we are technically everywhere. No matter where you go in this planet, chances are that you're going to bump into Dominican. And it feels like we were wired to kind of like explore it, adapt, and always on the move to just look for opportunities, just chasing opportunities everywhere. Whether it was our parents or our grandparents living in the island that decided to move to the United States for a better life. As you know, the island really experienced a hardship with the Trujillo dictatorship, and that caused a lot of financial disparity. And after the collapse, basically, reopened the doors for migration. And now we have this new wave of Dominicans in search of reconnecting with the island. On another note, we need to acknowledge that being Dominican is not just about a location specifically. It's more about culture, our music, it's our food. It is the way that we speak and how we call strangers mi hermano. We say, ¿Qué lo que es mi primo? The reality is that wherever we go, we take our culture with us. And one thing to know is that Dominicans are extremely very proud people, and that same culture really unites us. But this new shift that I'm seeing right now is the desire to kind of redefine what home is and reconnecting with our roots. So the question is, you know, why are Dominicans really choosing to move back to the motherland? And I think there's a lot of reasons in regards to that. One of the things that I've seen is obviously the cost of living. Let's just talk about it. If you live in cities like New York, Boston, Miami, it's just pretty expensive and it's borderline outrageous. Rent alone would just make you question a lot of life choices, and groceries prices have escalated due to inflation, excessive money printing, and also fiscal policies that were poorly managed by government. With inflation itself, if you haven't really received like a 30% increase in your salary, which is not really standard, you find yourself, you know, spending much more money in essential items that you will really need to survive. And just full disclosure, you know, I will never forget the day that I really hit rock bottom. I had just paid my mortgage and I was staring at my empty fridge, just debating if I would buy groceries or not. I remember just calling up an attorney to see if what were my options to see if I could declare bankruptcy. But it got to a point that I started looking for options and started researching on YouTube and found this really cool trend of Dominicans in the U.S. that were just moving back, especially during the times of COVID, and the trends started coming up in popularity ever since. So I reimagined myself kind of like making that shift and moving back to the island. A political mess, there was COVID, there was so many things going on that really made life horrible. And obviously we know COVID happened throughout the whole world. It was just so many things at the same time that they kind of like put that stress into just making that move. Obviously another factor could be, you know, the idea of reconnecting with your roots, that kind of like urge of really finding where you come from. And I'm not talking about this just simple vacation to Punta Cana, Boca Chica. It's more kind of like, you know, really engaging into the culture, the food, the music, the day-to-day activities of the Dominican Republic. And as an adult, you know, growing up in a household of, you know, my parents were Dominicans and not really engaging or really understanding my culture to a fullest, when you grow up, you have that sensation of just, you know, connecting to where you're really from. Also, we have kind of like the idea of a different kind of success. For a lot of people, they have realized that the American dream might not really be something that has been obtainable, or maybe there's a blur line behind that. And in reality, it's about living a meaningful life. And for some, that means exploring the world and finding what truly makes them happy. So let's just keep it real. You know, living abroad is not just sunshine and bachata. You know, it's not really easy. And I wanted to be very honest about this. Moving abroad sounds great in paper, but in reality, it comes with a lot of challenges. And, just the shift itself of, changing your job, knowing that if you might have a job or not, you so used to getting US dollars, you questioning, hey, am I going to still maintain a salary in US dollars to maintain my kind of like standard of living in the Dominican Republic? So there's a lot of things to think about, and we have to kind of like break that bubble to kind of like really, really go deep into what are the actual attainables of goals that I could realize in order for me to make this big shift. So the reality is that, it takes a lot of courage to really break the mold. One of the things that I do admire about people that have made this shift is how much courage it really took to break away from what is really expected. A lot of us grew up in hearing things like, just stay close to home, or why are you leaving? Everything is right here, everything you need. But just think about it. It takes so much courage to step into something that is so unknown, than something that, you feel very comfortable with. And in reality, that's what the trend is all about. It's not about running away from where you're from. It's more kind of like creating a new path to yourself while still holding onto your roots. So how do you make an impact while living abroad? So here's the part that gets me hyped. And living abroad doesn't just change your life, it can impact others as well. Take the Dominicans who move back to the island and invest in local businesses, or just build programs and support young people, or the ones that move to Europe or South America and introduce Dominicans culture to places that might not know about sancocho or a little some bachata. Every move that you make to plant a seed, you nurture that seed and it grows to something bigger that you have never imagined. You don't have to change the world in entirety. You have to just start small. Just think about the idea that a small little cell just multiply one by one to create this big organism. And, that's how we need to act in our ideas. You have to change our internal ideas, and one by one, those ideas are going to be transferred to others and make a better world. So what's next? I want to leave you with this. Don't be afraid of big dreams, whether it is in the United States or in the Dominican Republic or somewhere completely different. Remember that we are capable of more than what you really think, and don't let fear hold you back to explore the world and redefining success and what you really believe in. So if there's a will, there's definitely a way, and you're not just living life, you're representing your family, your culture, and your history. And wherever you go, Dominican spirit goes with you. Somos fuerte, somos valiente, somos dominicano. All right, so that's it for today's episode. And if you enjoyed this conversation, share with someone that needs to hear this. And if you're really thinking about making this big move abroad, let me know. I would love to hear your story. Until next time, mi gente, keep dreaming, keep grinding, and keep representing. Peace.